Swaziland. Here we come. But first, car wash. Look at that, I can't even see out of the side window. That's ridiculous. But first we gotta go to the doctor this morning. I've got a bit of an ear infection from the water that wouldn't get out of my ear when we were in Mozambique. That's the worst doctor I've ever been to. He's about 92 years old. I think he probably...
He spoke Afrikaans to me the whole time, or just decided to tell you?
Yeah, he said he had to say everything to me because he couldn't speak English. And he spoke in such circles and like just rubbish. Like I had a throat infection that then affected my ear, and then my throat infection, which I think is actually rubbish because my throat isn't sore, then transferred onto neck and gave her a skin allergy.
No. Yeah. The virus. I'm now having an allergic reaction to whatever virus you gave me, and that's what the rash is. I've been bitten by something.
It's bed bugs from that stupid place in Mozambique called Verandas de Indico. Worst place ever. You don't want to stay there. We ended up moving for the last 2 nights because it was so freaking bad. The air conditioner dripped water on us all night, and then it stopped working because the plug where it's plugged into the wall started shorting out and making smoke. Mozinet was so full of holes, we used 2 meters of our own duct tape to fix all the holes up. The person at reception didn't understand a word of English. Nick got shocked by the switch, and it could have killed her. It's just shocking. Shockingly bad. Anyway, we're heading to Swaziland now. We're going to go into the Mananga border. Very excited to see what the national park looks like. Never been there. We haven't washed the car. It's very dirty still. We just cleaned the windows because it's just going to keep raining and get dirty again. Tenting again tonight. We haven't tented for a while now. We've arrived. Going to do a quick sign in. Before we do that, have a look at this little treasure. Okay. These wires, this wall of wires you see here, are actually snares. Snares that the park crew have collected from the park that's been put out to catch animals for bush meat, poaching, etc. This whole wall is not even all of it. There's more on the other side. I hope some of those shoes still have actual feet in them. Bastards. Come on, Bay. Watch this.
It's not funny. It's 3:30 and we haven't had lunch.
Oh, baby. This one gets very angry when she doesn't eat. She's like a lioness. She needs to eat, otherwise she gets angry.
Hello?
What are you making, Liv?
Pasta salad.
Pasta salad has been our staple salad on this trip so far. Big bull bars versus not big bull bars. This looks cool, number one, which is why a lot of people put it on. I spoke to some of the guys at R&D in Cape Town, and they said 75 to 90% of the customers that they have, that they put lifter suspension, snorkels, ARB bumpers, or the big bumpers at the front, and even aluminium canopies, do it only for the look. They never go out in the bush, they never go off-road, they only do it for the look. So yes, it does look cool. Doesn't have a good function, 100%. I would not leave the house without one of those. Too many people that we've driven past and the front of the nose is gone or smashed in because they hit a donkey or a goat. This guy is a lifesaver. Spotlights, that's the one thing that I changed my mind about. I had the Casey's on for a little while after we lost the one over here. I wouldn't put spotlights on again. It's not safe enough to drive in Africa at night to justify having to drive. wherever we went, we made sure that we're at the campsite or we didn't have to drive at night. Too dangerous, there's too many people and animals and everything on the road. If you're going to drive at night, yes, a pair of spotlights is a good idea, or a light bar. But for most of it, I think guys just like to show off with their big fancy lights. I personally wouldn't get it again. It's not worth it for me. Rooftop tent versus ground tent, opinion is still the same. Nothing beats a rooftop tent. You can leave your bedding in there, you can take just a few seconds to set it up. I'm just actually about to set mine up and I'm going to show you guys a few things, few changes that I made to our rooftop tent to make it easier to set up. Okay, the rooftop tent we have is a Hannibal rooftop tent. The original cover that was over the top had zips running along the sides all the way around, so you had to get on or on the roof or somewhere, usually, or put a rope on to get the zip. I hated that. I thought it was a silly idea. There's no need for it, so I had myself a different cover made. This is ripstock, so it's not as hard as the thick nylon one that you usually get over the top. This is still 100% waterproof, so it folds up much smaller than the other one. So if I need to put it inside at night because it's raining or for whatever reason, I can do that. All I did was have an elastic put in, so it basically fits like a fitted sheet. You pull it over, it just tucks in, and then I just put 2 straps over the top to hold it down. Very, very simple. I'm going to put the rooftop tent on and we can time it quickly. And it's done. This will of course go much quicker if you're 2 people. This pole, usually it's in 3 different pieces. I actually just used a bit of Velcro, a bit of tape, and taped it together. Same with my ladder. Usually this is in a bag, in a little bag they give you that you put in your car somewhere. I just added a bit of Velcro on it, so I just put it on top of the tent where I also put a bit of Velcro and it just sticks there. Just open it up like this, and that part is done. That side in, pop that side in, and it's done. As easy as that, quick as that. You can put the spikes up here, which I'm not going to do tonight because it doesn't look like it's going to rain. This little extent, this has an extra room bit that can be strapped on here or hooked on here. Then this entire area from here to here, which I would say is about a little bit more than 2 meters by 1.5 meters, is an area that's a little room and it has a floor as well. If the ladder is in your way, the one thing you can do, which I did, you can pull that out. Once again, little piece of Velcro just there, one male part and one female part. I just use the little screw to put it in there, and all I do is just Velcro the ladder up the top. Now if you have the little room in here, you can use this entire space to easily move around while it's raining or while the wind is blowing or whatever it might be. Whenever you wake up and it's wet from the dew or from rain or whatever it might be, so easy to slip. So what I did, nice and easy, I think this is a 220 grit sandpaper, bit of Gen Chem glue, stuck it on there. I put some extra just duct tape or gorilla tape on the ends just to make sure the ends doesn't flip up. When you've got bare feet, shoes, whatever it might be, works like a charm. One more thing I did do inside of the tent. So all I did through the middle of the tent there, I put a piece of wire with a little light that just has a little button on it like that, and then once again piece of Velcro. This is the other wire. So what I use that wire for, just open this up. No, it's not in there, it's actually out here at the moment. A fan. When I want to use the fan at night, because it does get very hot in some places where we camp. Plug it in. It works like a charm. Tonight, when you get into the tent, you've got a fan there already. here's the water hole. It's right in the camp, so you don't actually have to leave the camp. Right back, so you can sit there during the night as well. Just enjoy the lovely campsite with all the hippos. So when we started this trip, me and Nick, I thought that our little trip for 2.5 months through Africa was far, until I met Heidi yesterday. He's been on the road for
2 years and 4 months.
Where did you start?
In Berlin, my hometown, Germany.
So you started in Berlin and then you went?
To Asia, always east. Okay. Asia. So to Istanbul and Azerbaijan,
yeah,
and then over Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan.
All the stands that no one knows.
And then finally in beginning of November, with middle December, I drove through China with a guide, of course.
Okay.
Mr. Wang, very nice, but you are not allowed to go by yourself. You have to have a guide. And then after China came Laos, beautiful, small country, and Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore. To the next to Australia. And then I went on the container to New Zealand. Wonderful. Twice I drove around New Zealand. I loved it.
Yeah.
From New Zealand to Los Angeles.
And then through North America, down through South America, and through Africa. This woman is incredible. 2.5 years of driving around the world in that car. I wouldn't even do 2.5 years on a plane and hotels. Like, it's insane. Go check her out, Heidi Hetzer. Just Google Heidi around the world, you'll find her. But for now, we're going to head to a cultural village in Swaziland and check out the cultural dances, and then we'll see you guys tomorrow. Ciao.